Hello again, Tom Doherty here with the second video for the coaches, assistant coaches, and trainers. This video is on discussing players' rights, responsibilities as per Hockey Canada's and Hockey Northwestern Ontario and Red Lake District Minor Hockey's anti-discrimination policies pertaining to gender identity and gender expression. Explain to the players that the standard of respect in hockey means that it is everyone's right to be respected and treated equally and to enjoy the environment at hockey that is free from discrimination and harassment. Explain that rights and responsibilities go hand in hand, and therefore it is everyone's responsibility to do their part to help create a discrimination and harassment free environment. Remember, you are our first line of enforcing these policies and regulations. We're not on the ice all the time and we're not around the arena all the time, but you are as coaches, assistant coaches, and on ice trainers. So therefore, you're around the players and you're hearing and you're seeing what happens on the ice and off the ice. This means that treating everyone with respect, you may wish to go over the general definitions of discrimination and harassment with your players. There is a glossary in the resource downloads for this training for a refresher on the definitions that need to be provided and talked about. State that this standard is outlined in Hockey Canada's and Hockey Northwestern Ontario and Red Lake District Minor Hockey's policies and the human rights law, and that it is explicitly protects people from being discriminated against or harassed because of their gender identity and or gender expression, in addition to numerous other protected grounds. And for those definitions, please look in the glossary. Elaborate on the meaning of discrimination and harassment based on gender identity and or gender expression. To do this, you may wish to reference the pronoun check-in as an entry point to the conversation. Explain that it is everyone's right to define and express their gender without fear of being discriminated against or harassed. State that this means that everyone has the right to be referred to by the name and gender pronoun they request and the right to use the washroom and or dressing room or any other gender-specific space. Now with COVID-19, we do have to adhere to the Red Lake municipality rules and regulations with regards to COVID-19. So this year is an exceptional year and an exception where all the rules and regulations have to be followed for COVID-19 adherence, which means that all the players that do request this as a right we will have to explain to them that we can't accommodate this year because of the COVID-19 rules and regulations if they do require an alternative washroom or an alternative change room. Explain that failing to respect someone's gender pronouns repeatedly, bullying, or making inappropriate comments in the way someone identifies or expresses their gender, or any of the other defined discrimination expressions, means that they will be looked at and that our disciplinary action will be taken against that individual, starting with you putting forth that complaint to our convener, and the convener then will activate the executive's disciplinary committee, which will look into the issue fully and report back with our decision that's made based on the evidence that's given. Stress that everyone is responsible for holding themselves and one another accountable to the standard of respect, that it works in all directions, which means staff and volunteers also have these rights and responsibilities. You too are also covered underneath these rules and regulations. So you do have those rights as an individual within our organization. Review the policies for reporting incidents of discrimination that the players witness and or experience firsthand. Communicate that it is everyone's right and responsibility to ask for support or assistance from the Minor Hockey Association if they experience discrimination to the best of their ability. So their first course of action is to contact you as the coach. You as the coach then contact the convener. The convener then directs the concern to the executive. Executive then activates the committee to investigate. The committee then reports back with their findings and or any disciplinary action taken. This concludes video number 2, and we will go to video number 3, define accommodations and discuss related rights and responsibilities.